Everyone, welcome to our final session for Spiel.digital 2020. Thank you so much for joining us. This is an actual play of Mörk Borg. I think I'm going to mispronounce that. I apologize. But we're really excited to feature this on the Free League YouTube channel. And this is actually being simulcast on Victory Condition Gaming. So if you are tuning in, I'm going to ask that you please hit that subscribe button. We just hit 3,000 subscribers on the Free League YouTube channel, and thank you so much. And make sure to hit that little bell notification that lets you know every single time we go live or upload new content. And if you're watching this on Victory Condition Gaming, please do the same thing. We really appreciate both communities there, and I get to work on both projects, and I really I'm very grateful that I get to do content on both shows. So thank you so much. I'm going to bring on the man that's going to GM this session, the one and only Josh Melville. You've seen him on VCG quite a bit, and he also GM'd the last Mörk Borg actual play that we did just recently, and it was such a hit that we asked him to come back. Josh, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, I'm so very excited. I love this game.
I'm wondering, can you get someone to please touch up, put some makeup on your face?
Hang on a second. I don't know if this is going to be any better, but there you go.
Nice. Thank you so much. Definitely in the theme of this session. This is an adventure or scenario that you've written.
Yes. Much like the last one, I went through it and combined a bunch of horror ideas and nightmares, and hopefully, it comes through in one cohesive story.
Excellent. I'm sure it'll be a blast. We have I love the chaoticness of this game, and I'm so excited. Too. We've got a great panel for great crew for you this session. Let's bring them all on. You might have seen them from the previous session, or you might have seen. I think most of them have been on the previous session, and then we've got a new face, the one and only Guru Phil.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks so much for giving your time. Katie, thank you for coming on and being a part of this cast. Yeah. Ben, thank you for coming on and giving a part of your day. I know you're busy there at the store.
Oh, I took the day off.
Oh, nice. And Emily,
just for this, right?
Just for this, yes, actually.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Awesome. And Emily, thank you again for coming on. You probably saw Emily on the Vaesen actual play where she did a phenomenal job, and I'm very excited to have you all on. At this point, we'll just I'll tell folks, if you like this session, hit the like. If you like and you're a fan of Mörk Borg, hit the like button down below. Share it with the folks that you think would be interested in this actual play session. And all that stuff helps us grow as a show and as a community. So thank you so much for doing that. At this point, I'm just going to hand it over to Josh, and you can take it away.
Excellent. All right. Well, boils and ghouls, let's jump right in. Let's start by introducing your characters. I'm just going to go down the list that I have here. Doug, why don't you introduce yours?
My name is Carva. I'm a fanged deserter, and my earliest memories are of a brothel in Schleswig, and it was a quite friendly environment there, if I remember correctly.
I bet it was.
I have 30 or so friends who never let me down. These guys right here. I'm wasteful and cruel, and I have bad eyesight. I have cataracts in both eyes that are kind of slowly creeping in, and I can't quite see as well. But if you get too close to me, I'll give you a little nibble and probably bite. And then I also have a thing for fire. So it would also be an understanding as to why I'm also afraid of water, because I don't want it to put out my fire.
Excellent.
We didn't light the fire, folks.
And no, don't even go there. Let's jump ahead to Emily.
Oh, my name is Kvetin, yes. I like to fiddle with my herbs and my beakers and my medicines. And if you have any ailments, let me know. I would love to examine them. I see a many-eyed guardian angel that lurks in these reflective surfaces, and I do not like it. Oh, I have problems with authority, and as you can tell, I have a very, very loud mouth. Much like Carver, my eyes are milking over. Ugh, I will find a cure for this one of these days. Perhaps I test on Carver. That is an excellent idea.
Aha. Phil, introduce your character.
Well, I'm Graft, and yes, you can call me. Actually, no, don't speak to me. You're beneath me, for I am noble born, and maybe you should just address my Squire Hamfund instead. Ugh. Look at you.
Let's light him on fire.
Carver, that's the first good idea you've ever had.
What is Graft's fear?
Being disregarded.
Oh, Graft. I am your biggest trigger.
But no, I have no fear. Hamfund will deal with everything for me.
Sure thing. So you have a little squire there that follows you around.
Yeah.
He holds your sword for you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
but he's scared
yes.
of everything, correct? Excellent. That's the way I like it. Ben.
I'm Margar. Some refer to me as the Untamed because I can't control my impulses. And well, as a child, my mother was hanged from a tree outside of Gallenbreck, and I kind of fell from the corpse. I have a little bit of problem with some authority, so graft is possibly an issue. But I'll make it work for this. If I can get some coin and stay out of trouble for just a little longer, I'll be okay. I have a scar. Well, I wish it was a scar. It never actually heals, running down my cheek, and it's a little painful. But we'll be fine if we only avoid the wind. It stings bitterly so.
All right, Katie.
Oh, hello. I'm Hostra. I sing. You see, but it's not great. But it could be better. I made this deal, you see, to sing really well. So I do, but it's all right. It's just kind of fine. But while that was happening, I got attacked, and one of my eyes is just slash is covered now. It's annoying. But if don't stop talking, or having sounds, because that's silence is bad. Don't stop talking.
And there's silence.
We can make some fire and make it really loud in here.
Sure, it's not quiet.
The crackling fire. All right. So to set the mood here, you all have been invited to a reveal of Corbin Cadwell's latest invention. He's kind of this eccentric shut-in who likes to experiment and tinker and build things. And he's got a lot of money, or so they say. So he's invited you up to Black Manor. And, of course, it's a dark and stormy night, as it should be. The rain is pouring down as you guys approach the house. As you look at this large mansion, you notice several things crawling around the rooftops. And as you get closer to the front entrance, they begin to perch themselves on the edge of the roof and stare down at you with their glowing red eyes. And you can see one of them opens up this 10-foot wingspan and looks like he's getting ready to pounce. Lightning flashes, and I need everyone to do a presence test.
I have a 21.
Excellent. A 3. Okay. You see nothing. You know nothing. A 4.
4.
Okay.
15.
15. Good.
I have a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. All right. So Carva and Vitan, you guys actually, you see the mansion change when the lightning flashes. The shutters are hanging off their hinges. The windows are smashed. It's dark and desolate on the inside. There's no lights. The siding is falling off. It's kind of rotted. So parts of the roof have caved in. But within that flash of lightning, in an instant, it's back to what you've seen before. Everyone else just, it is what you see. This beautiful, dark, black mansion. You approach the steps, and there's a large wooden double door.
Well, someone else should definitely open this. Carva, I voted for you.
Why me? I don't want to open it.
Well, because if anything scary is behind it, you can bite it away.
That's very true. Or light it on fire.
I have a squire for this. Hamfund, would you go get the door, please?
But you don't have to do what he says.
Yeah, go do it, and I'll kick him in the
Master,
back end.
do I have to, Master? Master. Okay.
Yeah, get along. Go open it.
Hamfund
Okay.
goes over to open the door.
Okay. He goes to open it, and he can't open it. So he knocks.
Oh.
And as you guys are kind of sitting there waiting for the moment the door, you hear the latches unlatch, and then it slowly creeps open, and this dim light comes pouring out. And it looks almost as if it opened by itself.
Oh.
What a polite door this is.
Excuse me, and I will kind of push my way past and get in through the door.
As you go through the door, a gnarly old face kind of appears right in front of you, and he's kind of hunched over. He's dressed, in servant attire. He's got like almost balding, only a few wisps of white long hair. Welcome. The master has been expecting you.
Cool.
Come in. Come forth.
I'll
Don't
shuffle
be
past.
afraid.
Well, I wasn't afraid until you told me to not be afraid, and now I wonder, what is there to be afraid of, old man? And I hobble forward.
Just the food and the service.
That was an odd thing to say.
Oh, no worries. Just step right here. And he kind of ushers you into this big open foyer. And there's a grand staircase that goes up and leads to 2 platforms on the left and the right. There are 4 rooms on each side of those platforms there. And downstairs to your left, you'll see a sitting room that seems to be lit by a fireplace that's going, and you can hear it crackling. That should make Carva nice and happy.
It does. Let's go check it out.
So in this foyer, there's a large circular carpet that you guys are standing on. It's kind of soaking up the mud and rain from your boots. There's a table, a small round table, and on that sits a vase, and in the vase is a dozen black roses mixed with some deadly nightshade. And propped up against that vase is a porcelain doll's, and where the eyes should be, it looks like the eye sockets have been smashed in, but it's just sitting there, staring at you all. And yeah,
I'm gonna go over to the fire and kind of pull some of the wood out of the fire. If there's smaller pieces, I'm just gonna try to like pull some of the fire out of the fireplace.
Okay. Absolutely. So you go over to the sitting room and you walk in there, and there's a couple seating chairs, really nice plush. The fire is roaring. You go over, you grab some of the wood. You grab a piece safely. You're used to probably burning yourself several times, so we won't make you take any damage from that. You notice a large...
I'm not noticing anything. I'm just noticing the fire.
Okay. You're transfixed. Grady looks at the rest of you and says, well, if you all wish, we should head to the dining room where the others are waiting.
Oh. Grandpa,
Yes,
I see that they have an excellent components here. And he gestures to the black roses in the nightshade and then gestures to my portable laboratory. Is the master of the house interested in such arts?
Oh, he's interested in many, many things.
Interesting.
You'll find out soon enough. Quickly now, follow me.
I simply must know, what is the dress code? Are we suitably attired for such a formal event?
Perfectly fine. We serve all kinds. I think there's a character in this room which you would especially enjoy.
Probably the broken idols. They can't see what an idiot he is.
Oh, don't worry. She gets around just fine. He goes over to a big set of double doors on the right, and he swings them open to this really lavish dining room. There's a large table. To your left is the head chair, the head table, and 4 other folks are sitting there. So in one seat, you have a dirty old hermit. He has a hook for a hand. And as you notice him, he's watching a cockroach go across the table, and he takes his hook and he stabs it into the cockroach and sucks it off his hook and starts chewing.
Sounds sufficient. Good.
I pull out a handkerchief and I hold my handkerchief underneath his chin. Might I have that?
And he's just chewing, and he pulls out like an antenna and he hands it to you.
Most gracious.
He takes a shine to you. It's like, this one. I like this one. There is, so the second one is a worried looking old woman. Her hands are missing a few fingers, and she kind of, you notice as she grabs her silverware and stuff that they operate like lobster claws. Yeah. So the third person is dressed in robes, kind of got a long pointy chin and extended nose, covered in warts on her face and her arms. And she's there. That's disgusting. How can you eat those filthy things? You don't know where that's been. Yelling at the hooked hand gentleman. And she just seems really agitated. She's got rotten teeth. She's got a gurgle when she talks. A little bit of spittle flies out over the table. Yet she's calling the bug eater disgusting. The fourth and final person that's in this room is very regal looking. He's a very handsome gentleman. He notices Graft and says, well, finally we have someone of stature here. Oh, why, you're a fine looking fellow, aren't you?
One tries, and then Graf kind of notices, and Cretin probably notices as well, a cockroach kind of coming down his shirt, and he quickly grabs it and puts it in his pocket. One tries. I am Graft, and this is my squire, Hamfund.
Ha! The help.
Well, he tries.
That's all we can ask of these fools.
Absolutely. I mean, one is appreciative that one doesn't have to carry one sword all the time.
I think you and I will get along just fine. Why don't you come sit over here next to me?
I would be delighted. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely welcome. And your servant can either stand over there in the corner or sit on the floor. Whatever you wish.
Which looks the cleanest option?
Probably to stand.
Yeah, then that's probably what he'll choose to do.
Okay. Excellent. So do the rest of you take a seat at the table, or?
Of course. This table looks delightsome, and we have in such incredible company.
Carver, you seem to find yourself alone playing with fire.
Don't bite the fire as much as your friends wish to meet it. Carver? What am I saying? I'm not your mother. Do as you wish. Oh, we cannot hear you, Carver. You must speak up.
I'm going to realize that there's nobody around me, and I'll just throw the fire without any wherewithal as to where it goes. But I'm going to assume that it goes back into the fireplace, and then I'll walk over into the dining room.
Perfect. Yes, you just... Mm-hmm. Thanks for that trigger. So you all sit down, and Grady says, dinner will be served momentarily. Please enjoy these fine beverages. And there are wine bottles and various types of ales and stuff on the table for you to enjoy and help yourself. Shortly after, you guys are sitting there, just, I guess, chatting with the other folks, kind of getting to know them. Some of them are talking about, how they are running from the great two-headed basilisk of the truth, and they just kind of stumbled upon this invitation with no real reason for even being invited, so that's why they're here. Bug Boy kind of is very fidgety. Yeah, he keeps looking around for something, and he's watching everything very intently, and he's like lifting up the bottles and seeing if bugs are crawling out from under them. Like, he can't help himself. He can't control himself. Let's see. The worried woman. She seems a little bit terrified of something, but you're not sure exactly what it is. Which one of you?
Is the worried one the one covered in warts and spittle?
No.
No.
She's the claw hand one.
Ah, the lobster hands.
The one that's next to
hands.
me. Yeah.
Your fingers are
Absolutely.
exquisite, my dear.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say.
You
no one's ever-
remind me of Horstra. Horstra, don't you agree?
What? No.
Of personality. With the
Oh.
stuttering and the worryings.
It's
So you would look lovely with claw hands, Horstra.
I need these hands for my instruments. Just as they are. No offense or anything. I'm sure you get along well with your hands, but I need mine like this.
She thinks your hands are subpar.
That's rude. It's very rude. Stop.
Oh, don't worry, my dear. I have no intention of taking your fingers or your hands. But
That's good.
but this goblet, this is made of fine crystal. See, and she taps on it with one of her fingers, and you hear the tinging noise. She goes, that's beautiful. This is very valuable. It's very rare to find these whole nowadays.
Oh,
It's gorgeous.
it does make a beautiful sound.
Is it
Yes.
odd to find crystal nowadays, or is that like an odd thing she just said?
It's pretty rare to find crystal like whole like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So not terribly odd.
yeah.
Okay.
However, you notice that you kind of surmise that with her fascination and her talking about the value of it, that she's into maybe collecting things. Wink, wink.
Sure.
Are there more of these goblets on the table?
Yes.
I will attempt to pocket mine after finishing the beverage I've been drinking.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
You're gonna sit on that later, and it's gonna be a bad time.
Oh.
Excellent. So you guys are sitting there, and then Grady and this gorgeous maid comes in with silver platters, and they begin to serve you. And they place these plates of food in front of you, and it looks amazing. Whatever your character would enjoy is what they serve you. So, I mean, if your character would eat a nice big juicy steak, loaded baked potato, whatever, that's what they serve you. It's like somehow they knew exactly what you like. And they lay out the food, and the maid kind of between Graft and what's his face, Ligon is the handsome fellow. She kind of, pets the back of your neck as she goes by. She kind of maybe fiddles with your ear a little bit, a little bit of flirtation with both of you. Because you are the best looking and she is stacked. Typical, like stereotypical black maid outfit, apron and everything. Definitely too good looking to be like working here. But she serves you and she kind of gives you a wink as she leaves the room. And Grady says, "Enjoy the dinner."
I'm gonna reach for a steak and not even just use with my hands and just.
Yeah, wonderful. How's everyone else feeling about the food before them?
Oh, it's lovely. I've never had a mountain of mashed potatoes before, and this is positively glorious. And it's just mashed potatoes.
Are you carving it to look like the mountain in Close Encounters?
Oh no, I'm too busy eating for that. It's just...
Okay, just checking.
Yes.
So you guys are enjoying your meals. Graft and Ligon are just kind of chilling and taking their
I'm
time.
having afternoon tea. I've got little sandwiches and tiny little cakes.
Excellent.
And drinking my cups of tea. My legs are crossed and.
Graft, I do appreciate your proper pinky.
Well, it's important to maintain form.
Yes,
Wonderful.
I agree.
It's quite hard to do with a pint glass.
Margar, what's your character eating?
So it's mostly like dried foods.
Okay.
Very practical, but maybe just slightly better quality than you'd find at like a market or something. Strips of jerky and nuts, things that travel well and can be packaged and will keep for a while if you need to maybe spend a couple weeks out on the street.
Awesome. So as you guys are eating, enjoying yourselves, talking, chatting, drinking, having a pretty nice time, Ligon goes, I wonder when our host will arrive. And just as he says that, lightning flashes and everyone roll presence.
A 6. I was too transfixed by my potatoes.
Yeah.
17.
I have a 14.
17, 14.
7.
Also 17.
Okay. So Vethin and Hostra will see nothing. They are too into their food, or I think Hostra's maybe worried about the food or something.
I've dropped just a ton of salad all over myself.
There you go.
I'm trying to clean it up.
That kind of sounds like me normally.
Yeah. Don't only buy salad so that you can drop it on the surface.
Okay. So you three, along with Irma, the worried woman, the klepto, notice that the whole room changes in the lightning. The wallpaper is peeled off the wall. The table is cracked and torn. The food before you is moldy, covered in maggots and everything else. Carva, the steak that you're actually biting, has a good bit of mealworms and things in it. High in protein, by the way. And in an instant, the candles blow out. Complete darkness. You all are kind of sitting there for a moment, and you hear a snap. And the candles light back up, and sitting at the head of the table is this figure. Doug, would you pull up that photo I showed you earlier with the portrait? There we go. So his face is really masked by this darkness, the shadow that kind of seems to surround him. He is carrying a very beautiful goblet studded with gems and diamonds and all kinds of fancy jewels. And you see the look of Irma's face, and her gaze just fixes upon that. He's also holding a cane with a wolf's head on it, a silver wolf's head with rubies in the eyes. Welcome, my friends. How is the food?
Quite delightsome.
Very lovely.
I'm going to, as I see that have that glimpse of like the food it's not good, I'm going to stop mid bite, and what I originally thought was like the juices from the steak. I'm just going to kind of wipe away. I'm going to pull the steak away from my mouth and wipe my chin, and it's actually like mealworms that are squiggling down my chin, and I'm just going to wipe that, and I'm going to put the steak back and I slowly answer, It's fine. Thank you.
I'm going to feign disgust. The reality is that I've not really been eating all that well lately anyway. So I've probably eaten worse, but I'm going to have a sandwich. I'm going to kind of put it down, but you can kind of tell if you're intuitive that I'm actually thinking of finishing it.
Excellent. Well, I've brought you all here tonight to unveil my latest invention. As you know, I'm a bit of a tinkerer, somewhat of an inventor, and an all-round explorer. However, I've never left my house to go exploring. But we'll talk more about that a little later. Feel free to roam around the house as you wish. And at midnight, Grady will bring you down to the basement, where we will celebrate my latest and greatest invention. And at that moment, you can feel free to ask him any questions.
Pray tell us about this invention.
All in good time, my dear. All in good time.
Surprises! How wondrous.
Yes, wondrous. Tell me, darling, since you're so brave and outspoken, are you scared of anything?
Oh, that is such a strange question. And I glance furtively around the room for my guardian angels that is potentially lurking nearby.
Interesting.
Why speak of such things when we have wonderful taters in front of us? And I start eating my potatoes faster.
Well, you see, fear can be a powerful source of energy.
I stop. Do go on.
Yes, do. I must. Let me look at you, you handsome devil, you. And he looks over at Ligon, and he goes, "Why, you're quite clean. What could such a noble man be afraid of? You have money, you have wealth. I'm curious, what scares you?" And he picks up his mirror, and he looks into it, and he kind of takes out a comb and combs his hair, and he says, "Oh, if I don't know what I'd ever do if I lost my beauty. Why, I think I would just die." Fascinating. Graft, you're not a bad-looking noble fellow yourself. You have
Thank you.
You have a wonderful squire who serves your every need. What does a man such as yourself fear?
I'm of great import. There's nothing for me to be concerned about as long as you're all here and acknowledge me for my importance and my family name.
Ah, okay. Very good then. He looks over to the warty, witch-looking woman, and Haraga. What does such a powerful master like yourself are you afraid of? She, Al, I'm not afraid of much, but coming from a little witch cottage in Galgenbach, we were persecuted and tied to a stake and burned alive. So I guess being burned alive would be the worst thing that could happen to me. She kind of fiddles about the little herb pouch and almost like she's a little bit nervous just talking about being set on fire, as if she's either somehow experienced it by watching someone close to her be burned alive or any other manner of epic disaster. Marga,
Yes.
you look terrified already, my friend.
Yeah, I'm kind of just staring at the jerky that I was about to eat, and
Is there something wrong with the food?
no, it's I've had worse, and I'll like put it in my pouch.
What scares you, Marga?
Well, well, you know, the storm outside was a little disconcerting when we were coming here.
Oh, the wind. Ah. Such an interesting phobia. But you already seem nervous. Don't worry, you're among friends here, I assure you. He takes a sip from his goblet. Hostra, you too seem a little bit standoffish.
I don't mean to be. I'm just here on
It's
invitation.
okay. It's perfectly fine. I assure you, you're not in any danger at the moment. What are you afraid of?
Oh, well, isn't everybody afraid of something?
Precisely.
There's so many options to be afraid. But it's nothing big, because it barely ever happens, because people are always making sounds everywhere. So, I'm not afraid of anything currently.
You're going to be a clever girl, aren't you?
I don't know about
You
clever.
shall be interesting.
Oh,
I find you fascinating, Hostra.
thank
Yes.
you.
You're very welcome. Kava, you're a fierce, animalistic, somewhat human being. What would frighten such a creature as yourself?
I'm not afraid of anything.
As your friend has already said, everybody is afraid of something, my friend.
Well, and I'll pause for a second, and I'll wonder why I would actually like give up such information. But for some reason, I'm feeling like I need to, like, normally I wouldn't tell someone like what my fear would be, but for some reason in this particular instance, I feel very compelled to just say it out loud. Like, well, if we're actually going to admit this, I never really liked water because I had a very traumatic experience as a child.
Ah. And what happened as a child that has brought you to this?
I don't really like to talk about it, but if you're going to make me, I guess. Children used to hold my head under the water because they didn't like to see these.
Wonderful. I bet that's good for tearing flesh from bone.
Yeah, it does its job, all right.
What a terrible thing children can do. And sometimes they can be so awful. Especially when someone such as yourself is a little different from them. He turns to Keftar, the dirty old hermit, who kind of starting to sweat. He's getting a little nervous. He kind of takes his hook and pulls his shirt away from his neck and yeah. Keftar, you're an interesting fellow. You love to feed on bugs and insects. They seem to be a passion for you. But what frightens you? And he kind of looks about all of you at the table, and he doesn't really give a straight answer, but he's like, it's getting uncomfortable in here. Can I step outside? In a moment, Kefta. It's quite all right. We're friends here. We're about to move on. Let everyone finish their dinner, and then we will all, like I said, go explore the house. Feel free to wander about. Nothing is sacred or, off limits. So help yourself to whatever you need. And feel free to ask Grady for whatever. If you feel hungry again later, if you need a drink, I have a few tweaks to make to the invention, and I shall return. Just then, you guys hear the maid, presumably the maid, screaming, "Fire!" And
Oh,
the
Cover
candles,
quickly, they need water.
the candles blow out. Complete darkness in this room, and it's quiet. Lightning flashes. Test presence.
19.
I rolled a 1.
Ooh,
Oh.
a 1.
I rolled a 21.
Ooh, nice.
15.
15 for you. Okay, Katie, what'd you roll?
A 1.
Okay.
Oh, twinsies.
So it looks like Carva. Margar, what'd you roll?
It's a 19.
Okay. So Carva, Margar, and Graft. And let's see if anyone else will notice. Yes, they will. So in the lightning flash, just behind the head chair, those of you who passed will notice a large, dark, floating mass just kind of just swirling about. These little wispy tentacles are kind of flailing about. Looks like clawed hands kind of maybe poking out of it. And it's just constantly like moving until the lightning flashes again and then it's gone.
Do I have
The
an image
candles, no, not that one.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I know which one you're thinking of. There's no distinctive features other than, the tentacles and the little arms reaching out, and you hear the other four kind of gasp in horror, and it's still dark. You hear shuffling around. You hear a thud, and you see Grady stand there. You see him lighting the candelabra as everything kind of lights back up dimly. You notice that your host is dead, face first. Has a large kitchen knife in his back.
Party's over, I guess.
Over? He's knife in the back. Why?
What an undignified way to go.
That's one way to put it. I didn't see anything. Parva, did you? Margaret?
Grady goes over and feels for a pulse. The master is dead. Which one of you have done this?
I look accusatory across the room. My own
Come
mouth
on
full
now,
of
which
mashed
one of you
potatoes.
has killed the master?
Whoa. Why do you think one of us
Someone
did
here
it?
is trying to steal his invention, and you decided to take him out.
We don't even know what his invention is. We wouldn't say anything.
How do we know that you don't know?
We ask questions.
I did. You didn't, Astra.
I'm sorry, I was just waiting for your questions, and those would have been my questions too, so why repeat them?
Sounds suspicious. Get her, Grady. Get her.
Suspicious!
So Grady goes over and stares down Hostra, gets right in your face, and his kind of stale old man breath just kind of blows on you, and watch yourself. No one leaves until we solve this.
I'm gonna jump up onto the table and kind of like squat down a little bit and go over to the head of the table and check out the knife.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at it and then look around.
Okay.
Then look at the knife. Do I notice anything about the knife?
It looks like a kitchen knife, but what you kind of notice is that the blood on the knife is a bit coagulated.
Look at Carver. He thinks that he is a detective or something.
Or maybe he did it.
Well, I mean,
I didn't do it. I'm just seeing what's going on over here. Getting a
be
better
fair
look.
here.
My eyes don't see as well anymore, and I want to get a better look, Hostra.
Well, who out of us was even behind that fellow?
No, I didn't see any of us leave our seats, but I couldn't see
Absolutely.
anything when the lightning flashed. Damned old eyes as they are.
Yes, we should get those looked at. Well, one hasn't moved, and I mean, Hamfund has got no real intuition, have you? So it can't have been one of us. And anyway, is that that's one of those knives in the food preparation area? Is it not? None of us, I would presume, even know where this is. This is preposterous.
Grady whips around and, are you accusing me of killing the master?
Not at all. But maybe someone who knows where the kitchen. Yes.
The kitchen staff, you think it was the cook?
It could be.
Shall we all go to the kitchen? Nobody wanders alone. I say if you go anywhere, you have a buddy.
Come along, Hamfund.
No,
You got your own little buddy.
no. He would say anything you told him to say. Hostra, you go with Graft.
What?
Yes.
Well, I believe that we're all to kind of venture forth to the food area. Who knows? Maybe we could find some actual food there.
What do you mean actual food? Is this not...
Gross.
Oh,
I'll stand, still shoveling mashed potatoes in my mouth.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll make eye contact at Carver.
Ligon stands up and says, I've got to say, I agree with Graft. I think we should go to the kitchen, considering where this knife may have come from.
You said the Claude woman's her name is Irma.
Yes.
I'm going to take Irma by the hand. Come with me, beautiful. Let's go to the kitchen.
Okay. A worried look on her face. Test your presence. I want to see if you notice.
That's a 5.
Okay, yeah. You don't notice anything. She grabs your hand. And Grady pushes open the large double doors to the dining room and says, come now. We'll find the truth. We'll go speak to cook. And
Margar will start grabbing a few of the goblets around me and start finishing them off.
Chugging them.
adding the empty goblets to my sack.
Excellent.
When no one is looking, hopefully.
Presumably.
Presumably.
Well, you got a dead guy pretty much in the room when the rest of the crowd is heading out. So you have ample opportunity to be alone and stash some of those goblets.
Sounds good.
You will notice.
Will follow afterwards.
You'll notice that the master's goblet is missing, the one with all the jewels encrusted.
Okay. All right.
So you make your way to the kitchen, and it's right next door to the dining room. It's a single wide door. Grady leads the way. He goes in. It's oddly quiet. It's hot. There are pots on the stove that are boiling. Some sort of sauce in a saute pan that is currently burning as if it's been caramelized a bit too long. There's kind of a rotten smell that lingers in the air, and every now and then you catch a whiff of it. There is a large walk-in freezer door towards the back of the kitchen. But it seems like everything is stocked fairly well. There's garlic, onions, bags of potatoes, sacks of flour, everything you could think of that a kitchen would ever need. However, the cook is nowhere to be seen.
Well, by the taste of this, and I stick my finger in the overburnt thing and taste it, she's been gone approximately... How long?
Looks up into the sky.
The world is rough.
N, durational units.
Well, we'll say it's probably 10 minutes past it should have been taken off.
And how long ago that we heard a scream?
Not that long ago.
Okay. So perhaps something happened. The maid left, maid came back and discovered horrors unspoken. Do I see any horrors besides the state of this kitchen? That would have provoked such a scream?
Not really. I mean, you can test presence to kind of investigate the kitchen itself.
Yes. Hold back my droopy eyelids and take a peek about.
Okay. Go ahead and test presence.
Well, I've been really successful at that so far, so let's just see how that
Can
happens.
you roll above a 10? Or
I rolled an 18 and I have no bonuses, so that's just what I've got.
You notice something rolling around in the boiling pot.
Eyeball soup, and I scoop it out.
And you scoop out the head of Cook.
Oh, this is more than
Grady.
eyeball soup.
Grady panics for a moment and he says, "My God! What have you all done?
We were literally
First the master, now the cook. What did he ever do to you?"
Grady, we all have eyewitnesses. Grady, please.
Where the hell is Elsa? What have you done with her?
Is that the foxy thing in the French maid outfit?
Who else would I be talking about?
I don't know how many people live here, Grady.
You don't have to take that tone with me. And I carelessly deposit the head up on the counter.
Now, as you look around the room, Vetten, you see a lot of shiny, a lot of reflections, and you occasionally, out of the corner of your eye, see something moving in the reflections.
Perhaps we should go look for her after all.
Could you roll for a fear test?
I would love to roll for
Just
fear.
roll and tell me what you get.
I get a 15.
All right, you pass. Excellent. So you maintain your composure. You kind of suck it up, and you're like, okay, let's focus on this head. Grady kind of stumbles around the kitchen. He's where's the body? What
Where's
did you
the
do with the
blood?
body?
There's no blood everywhere, right?
No.
They probably did not separate the head from the body here. After all, it's been burning 10 minutes, and they could have left and then brought the head back, because there's no blood everywhere, Grady. Simple sciences.
Simple sciences. Carver probably tore it off with his teeth.
Carver has been with us this whole time, Grady. I am tired of your accusations.
Well,
Tell
then
him.
you show me where this body is.
Grady!
So absolutely fed up with this guy.
I just explained to you we've been together this whole time, and I don't even know this house. Why would I know where the body is? I suppose we'll have to venture from room to room until we find it. Or we can
We have now entered in the world of Clue. Ligon will speak up and says, you know, if the head was cooked, Cook was cooked, and you wanted to store the body.
Freezer!
Where might one? Why, Benton? You are quite smart.
I'm sorry, I must say, you are pronouncing my name incorrectly. It is a hard K, Kvetin.
Yes. Vetten.
Kvetin.
Gretchen.
Good.
Cretin?
Surrounded by
Cretin.
listeners.
Cretin.
Now you're just being mean.
Critchin. You know what, darling? Never mind. Your IQ precedes you. Grafts, how about having your squire over there go open the door?
This is one thing that Hammy is particularly good at. However, and yes, of course I'll do that. One also thinks that maybe the cook was just trying to improve on their previous dishes. Maybe this was an attempt to put flavour into their own food.
Graft.
That doesn't make sense.
Let's take a pause for a moment on this. Let's talk about this for just a skosh of a second. You're suggesting that the cook beheaded himself in a different location, then managed to transport his head without getting blood anywhere, to deposit his head within a soup that he was creating magically, all with the efforts of improving flavor for everyone else who he doesn't even know or care about.
Not at all. I'm suggesting that he may have had help with cleaning up afterwards. Maybe he prepared the food in here and had someone clean. I feel that if he was appropriately compensated, then he would, of course, want to improve on his previous efforts in the kitchen.
I need to be drunk for
Carver,
this.
wouldn't you agree that
to
food
be
was
drunk
just
for this.
dire?
It makes sense. Like, come on. Like, he wants to make the food better. That's how he does it. Like, come on. Like, what? I don't get what you're trying to get at.
If you're cooking, Sherry, is there any alcohol of any sort of form
Oh,
to
yes.
help me tolerate this situation because it's
Absolutely.
being consumed?
Absolutely.
Hammy, would you,
right there
would you
on
open the
counter.
door, please?
And Hamid, you must not knock on the door this time. You must actually open the door this time.
Yes, I agree with Cretin or whatever her name is. Yes, let's get the door opened appropriately this time.
All right. He pulls on the door and it clicks and opens real easily and
Oh,
kind of
well done.
almost opens by itself as the frozen body of the cook flops down onto the floor.
See, this is appropriate storage of meat. It won't rot. So then when the cook feels that they need to serve a better steak, there you go. They have it right there.
And Carva, you'll notice that there is like shaped like steak-like cuts made, and you would assume that oh my god, I kind of ate this guy.
Mm.
How frozen is this body? I want to hobble forward and press a hand to its cold flesh.
It is solid as a rock. It's been there for quite some time.
This makes not a lick of sense.
Obviously, the cook.
Grady, you must have done this prior we arrived. Feel how solid he is. We've been here, what, a mere 10 minutes, and he's been dead for longer than ages in eternities.
I have heard of such contraptions where the cooling room may be much more efficient. Maybe this is the invention. A better freezer.
Oh, this is not the invention. The invention's downstairs.
Better freezer?
And how
Let's go.
dare you blame me for these
blamed you.
horrific crimes?
No
I've
one
done
blamed
nothing
you, sir.
but serve the master. The cook was alive 5 minutes ago when we came in to get the food. So
Scientifically
explain
improbable.
that.
Well, as we've established, it's a better freezer. The cook obviously was wanting to better themselves. They improved the quality of their stew, and then in order to preserve the carcass afterwards, they walked themselves into the freezer and had someone clean it up.
Graft, that...
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't make sense at
Makes
all.
perfect sense.
No. you can't. When you don't have a head, you can't walk yourself into the freezer.
How would you know? Have you ever been headless?
Well,
Let's test on you, Graf, please.
No.
Pretty, please.
Haven't you seen chickens when they lose their heads? They still walk around.
that's
Carver, shut your
on.
mouth.
it's
People,
Why?
Steal your
People
friends, sir.
she's gonna just cradle her drum close to her and just quiet down.
Okay, at this time, as you guys are standing in the kitchen arguing, you get this horrific smell of a very strong smoke, and it doesn't seem to be coming from inside the kitchen. You hear the maid scream again, or who you could presume would be the maid, and Grady turns, "Elsa, what's wrong?" And you hear, "Fire! Fire!"
Carver, what have you done?
That wasn't me. It wasn't me this time.
Wait, Josh! Is the lobster hand lady here?
Yep.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, I
thought she
brought her
was
in with
dead.
me.
Okay, good.
Lobster thermidor.
Irma? Or is her name Irma? I'm trying to learn all their
Irma,
names.
yes.
And Fancy Pants, what's his name?
That's great.
His name is Ligon.
Ligon.
Grady is the caretaker, or butler, if you will. Haraga is we'll just call her a witch for all intent and purpose.
Perfect. Ooh, I'm just going to break my desk. It's fine.
I totally should have written that down.
Keftar's the dirty old hermit.
Keftar.
Haraga backs up deeper into the kitchen. She's like, "I'm not going out there."
It's fire. That's smart to not go out towards the
Stay-
fire.
Can I?
Stay with me, my dear.
Oh, okay.
Hold my hand. Oh,
Oh,
and she's going to make a fear test to see if she begins to panic even further. Nope, she manages. Once you hold her hand,
it's a very
yeah, it's fine. It's touch, so she feels calm. Yeah. So the rest of the people that are not you guys run into the other room. Do you guys follow behind or stay in the kitchen?
I
Marga,
actually probably led the way.
Marga,
Okay.
quickly grab one of these pots of soup.
But no, it's no food, no, yes.
I grab a pot of soup to put out this fire, but I'm really old and weak, and so I'm hobbling along.
it's just
Okay.
sloshing out everywhere. By the time you get there, it's
All
useless.
over my hands now.
So the sitting room is now engulfed in flames. You're just going to toss it wherever.
Well, am I smart? I'm pretty smart. I'm having worked with my little tinctures and stuff. I know that fire tends to be hotter in the center, so I'm not going to try and get the edges. I want to get the main heat of the fire with my soup.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you toss it down. You hit it. You hear the tsh, and this billowy white smoke begins to roll out of it. And you put some of the flames down, but not quite all of them. Ligon will grab, or actually I'll have Keftar. He'll take his hook. He'll stick it into the rug in the foyer. He'll yank it, tipping over the table with the vase. The doll is nowhere to be seen. Just a little note. And he begins to kind of take it and throw it over some of the flames and begin to kind of pat them out and suffocate the fire. Anyone else want to do anything? There's probably some smaller fires, curtains.
I'm quite curious to what Marga is going to do, as he would not help me with my soup.
I'm just kind of standing there dumbfounded at all of the flames.
Carver's probably enjoying himself, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm wondering why anybody would want to put these flames out.
Are you wondering this aloud, Carver?
Yeah, I just want to know why
Because we don't wish to die, Carver.
Well, no, but like, don't you want to like enjoy it while it's burning?
No, because if there's a fire that's not in the fireplace, it's not in a contained area, then it spreads and it kills us all, Carver.
But it's not here yet.
I need more cooking, Sherry.
Are you going to cook with the fire?
Oh, we could cook some meat.
Yes. We could have it cooked for us.
Josh is what is her name? I want to call her Emily, but I know that's not her name. That's my name. What's the nurse's name? Nerva? Irma. Is Irma here?
Irma's in the kitchen with Hostra.
No, not Irma, the French maid.
The French maid is not here.
Stay in one place, wench.
Do we have a name for her other than wench?
Elsa.
Point?
Elsa.
Thank you, Elsa,
okay,
of
knew it
course.
started with an E.
Yeah. All right. So over the course of time, Keftar and your soup kind of rolls over some of the flames. He manages to put it out. Ligon kind of stands there, like pointing spots out to Carva. Yeah, there's a spot over there. Why don't you get that one? Everyone kind of takes, breathes in this thick smoke as it begins to kind of billow out into the foyer and rise up. The ceilings are pretty high, so over time it'll rise up. So as long as you stay low, the doors are covered in a shroud of smoke on the second level. Hostra, Haraga will, says, "Oh, I feel like I'm going to faint. Will you take me to one of those rooms to lay down?"
Sure. We can go to one of those rooms. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, dear. Grab one of those dish rags there to cover your nose and your mouth, so you don't inhale the smoke.
Yes, she'll grab one and start humming a tune as well. Soothe.
She grabs one as well, covers her nose and mouth, and throws her warty arm around you. You feel this wetness on the back of your neck as one of the warts, or maybe they're pustules, leaks out on you as you head towards the stairway. You see everyone else kind of crowded around the the sitting room entrance, just standing there. You can see Ligon giving directions to someone who's in the room. It's hard to see. And you make your way upstairs. Which way would you like to go, the left or the right?
Always go left.
Okay. Excellent. There are 4 doors. Would you like to go 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh, no. Where's a D4? 1.
Excellent. So you get to the first door. It's unlocked, and you go in, and it's completely free of smoke. The door was a nice little barrier to keep it out. So you get in there, you shut the door pretty quickly, and it's a nice small bedroom. It's got 2 bureaus in here. It's got a 4-post bed. It's got really nice plush sheets. And Hostra or Haraga says, right over there, dearie. And just would you mind pulling the covers back?
Oh, yes, I can do that. Hold on. She'll go over and do that after she makes sure Haraga is good to stand by herself. She'll pull the covers down. Here you go.
Oh, thank you, dear. That smoke has made me parched. I'm a bit thirsty. Would you mind grabbing a pitcher of water from the kitchen?
Of course, I can do that. I'll
And a tall glass.
Sure, if I can find one.
Oh, thank you, dear. I'm just going to rest my eyes for a moment. Oh, that smoke, it's stinging them.
Oh, you'll be fine. I will be right back. You don't move, and I'm sure everyone else is taking care of everything downstairs. So I will just be right back. And she's like backing out of the room as she's saying this.
Okay. Excellent. So you leave the room. Do you go back to the group? Are you heading to the kitchen?
She'll head back to the kitchen, just mumbling to herself, I need water, I need a tall glass, water, tall glass, water, tall glass.
All right. So you all see her kind of mumbling to herself as she comes down the stairs, and
Ruster, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
We are never supposed to be alone. Do you remember the buddy system?
I wasn't alone. I wasn't.
What are you right now? Tell me what you are. Besides dull.
Not dull. I'm just getting water for Haraga upstairs.
In an alone type fashion. Marga, tell her the mistakes she's making with her life.
I mean, being alone's okay, but
See?
It was your idea to do the buddy system, Marga.
people keep dying. So if you promise to not kill me, I will promise not to kill you.
Deal.
All right. What are we doing?
I need to get water and a tall glass from
Why
the
tall?
kitchen. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, interesting.
I assume it's fine. But Margaret will come with me, and then I won't be alone anymore. And we'll go back to the room and give the woman her water.
Do keep an eye out for Elsa while you're at it.
Yes.
Okay. So Keftar is done putting out the fire in the sitting room. The smoke is slowly beginning to clear out enough to where you can at least see the furniture and stuff, the larger items. Carva, are you sad?
I'm just standing there wondering why. Like,
This should be your biggest fear. The fire goes out.
yeah, I don't understand. It was fine. It wasn't. We're still alive. There wasn't any reason to stop it.
And Keftar looks at you and goes and holds a hook up to your chin and says, "We're alive because we put it out, you fool."
Possibly. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me.
And he kind of storms off. What is everyone else? Well, we got Irma. Irma is nervous and shaking a bit. She's like, this, what's going on? People are dying left and right. Fires are being set. Who could be doing this? And why? Grady looks over at her and kind of gives a snarl. He's kind of just not taking it anymore. And he just growls at her, gives her a scowl, and he kind of storms off, and he's hollering, "Elsa! Elsa, where are you, dear? Speak up!"
Who wants to place bets that he's the next one to die?
That's a good question, though. I mean, she's quite a lovely girl. Maybe we should
So
follow
lovely.
suit.
She just had all those qualities of good personality, didn't she, Graft?
Well, two of us have to.
goodness.
I'll tag along with whatever anyone else wants to do, just sipping from my bottle I've nabbed from the kitchen.
Okay. You see Grady go off. He goes upstairs to look.
I'll certainly go with.
Okay.
Hamfund and I will follow.
Yep. And Ligon will follow with you. He likes your regal appearance and nobility.
The occasional cockroach or something rolling across the back of my shirt.
Yeah. Just I don't think he's really paying attention to that as much as, the others more or less creep him out or disgust him more than you do. I think it's the fact that you have that high nobility that he admires. And he kind of wants that. He would like a little person to follow him around carrying his things.
So useful.
So he's kind of observing how you interact, and he's probably going to ask you questions at some point. Like how did you come to get a squire, and how much do you pay him? Blah blah blah. So you two are chatting as you're following Grady. Grady goes up to the right side landing. Again, 4 doors. And he is going to open door number 4. So the door all the way down at the end of the landing. And in there... All right. In there is a room, and it's just full of mirrors.
Oh, how delightful. How delightful.
Grady goes in, and there is a small table with like a can of polish on it and some rags. And Grady goes, I thought she might be in here cleaning the mirrors.
So you have a room that is... I'm confused. Is the sole purpose of this room to clean the mirrors in this room?
Not to clean them. The master likes to look at himself at all angles.
Oh, no, this I understand. Okay, right. Hamfund, stay out of the reflection, but come in with me here. And he walks up into the middle of the room. No, this won't do. This reflection it's Hamfund. Yes, sir. Yes. Be a good lad, and Hamfund is probably about 15 years older than Graft. Be a good lad, and move this table. It's ruining my reflection. And so Hamfund puts the sword that he's kind of carrying down, so a large 2-handed sword, on the floor, and starts dragging the table out of the reflection.
Okay.
And
Ligon joins you and begins admiring himself in the mirrors. Why, we make quite the pair, don't we?
Yes.
And he gets a little bit closer to the mirrors, and he kind of stops and he stares deeply into the mirrors, almost as if he's in a trance.
Are you quite all right there?
Yes, for some reason I can't seem to move. I can't look away.
Well, it's that's inconvenient. Have you tried turning your head? Or
yes, that's a good
moving?
idea. And he does turn his head, only to look at a different mirror, at a different angle. Look at my butt.
Your
It's so
actual
perfect.
butt or the reflection?
Both. Wow.
I look at the reflection of his butt.
He's admiring his entire body, but he just happened to focus on that for a moment. So he's kind of transfixed on himself, and he doesn't seem to be like he can't move his arms or legs to move away from it, and he just rolled really poorly. He begins to see something in the mirror happen to his face, and he says, "Graft, do you see that? Am I ugly?
Well,
What's
well,
that
you
on
know,
my face?"
It's relative, of course. But oh, your face. Sorry, I was still looking at your bottom. Well, and okay. Do I see any difference in his face?
You don't see anything on his face.
Okay. You're as good looking as you were before.
No, my face. It's changing. No,
Right.
no,
Okay.
can't be. Oh, this is awful. And he his arms break free of this hold that's on him, and he begins to like claw at his face. And he's actually
me. You're going to
digging
ruin
out
your
the
clothes.
flesh. And his chunks of his face are just falling and slopping onto the floor, and he's digging harder, and he's trying to get whatever he sees off of his face.
Tell me that Graf screams at a high pitched just decibel.
He won't. He'll start giggling. You'll hear him giggling.
Graf did it. Graf did it all.
Very loudly.
It's all Graf's fault.
Oh, this is terrible.
That's even more disturbing than the actual setting.
Can you try? Can you try pushing him? Maybe you can break his contact. And I basically just double over.
Okay. So you're having your squire, or are you asking Grady to help him?
Hamfund. I've asked Hamfund just to try and push this guy over and see if he can break eye contact with the mirror.
Okay. Yeah, he can. He pushes him, and he kind of stumbles down to the ground. And Grady looks on in horror, and he's in confusion. And my God, man, what are you doing to your face? And the Ligon is just like clawing, ripping his clothes off. He's clawing at his chest, ripping chunks of flesh off, and he just kind of like flings it, and it just splatters all over the mirrors. And he grabs a hold of his throat, and you can see him rip out his Adam's apple, if there ever was one. He just kind of rips out his throat, and you just hear him gargle it and writhe, and just blood pouring out onto the floor, and it kind of soaks into the carpet as it pools.
So I probably haven't seen that because I'm just doubled over giggling on the floor.
Yeah.
But I think as the pool of blood kind of comes to my foot, I'll look up to just see Hamfund running.
Yeah,
and he's got my sword as well.
Appropriate reaction in this room, honestly.
Yeah, the same guy takes off.
Yeah, with my damn sword at that as well.
Oh yeah, how dare he? Graft.
He'll be around somewhere. It's a lock-in.
I'll find him.
he can't go far.
And yeah, sorry, Josh, go on with the description.
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as this begins to the blood begins to sort of drip towards pool towards my shoe, I realise there's a horrible chance that my once pristine nobleman's attire may get even more ruined than it is, and giggling, I managed to pull myself up to a sort of not standing by any means, but that kind of thing where you're just trying to move forwards, but you're paralyzed with, in this case, fear. And and tries to stumble out of the door.
Okay. Yeah, and
So you'll all
Grady.
hear my laughter just sort of barreling all the way down this hallway.
Yeah, you all are probably wondering what the hell is going on out there. What's so funny? You'll see Grady kind of lean over the banister, kind of gagging. And,
Oh, you can't do that, you're out.
and just this pea soup looking vomit just out everywhere, and splatters all over the floor in front of the dining room area.
Well, that vomit's going to be all like mealworms and...
Oh yeah. Yeah, would you like a closer inspection?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm wondering if Kvetin would see food that they don't remember anyone eating.
That's clever because I didn't make my perception earlier, did I? My presence.
So yeah. Well, what are the rest of you guys doing at this point? Hostra, have you gotten that water?
Yes.
So as you go into the kitchen and you're looking for a pitcher, you notice that the body of Cook is gone.
You didn't move the body, right?
Did you move the body? I didn't.
No. And we have a deal. We're not murdering each other. Okay, I didn't move the body, and you didn't move the body. Where is it?
I'm gonna drop down to all fours and kind of like look under the tables and the cutting surfaces.
She's gonna like anxiously stand over. Do you see anything?
Do I see anything?
Do you see anything? Presents.
6. I probably don't.
No.
Nope, nothing. Nope, no body. No body under here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get the water in a tall glass. I'm gonna look around for a tall glass. Is
Okay.
there one?
There is.
Okay.
You don't have to roll for that. You're in a kitchen. You're bound to find it. You find a pitcher in a tall glass. Do you fill it with water?
Yep, water.
Okay.
Have the glass.
The water that comes out of the tap is it's a bit brown,
Ooh,
but it's kind of all they have.
I'm sure this is fine.
It's got minerals and everything in it.
It's hearty.
Right, yeah, sustenance, because we didn't have much dinner.
Yes, because the cook isn't here either.
Right. We should go away from the kitchen.
Done.
Excellent. So you head back up the stairs. Carva and Vetten, what are you doing? Kvetin. Kvet. Yeah, you.
Perfection. Garva, you must leave the burnt room eventually.
Well, I just saw a whole bunch of pea soup vomit come down right next to the room, right?
Have we just been standing there the whole time the clawing of the face happened?
Yeah,
I'm fine
there
with
was.
that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, they're screaming and laughing.
All right.
So it was a confusing moment for both of you, and then puking.
So there was like this rain of green vomit that came, kind of like You Can't Do That on Television. Does anybody remember that show?
Yeah.
Where,
Oh gosh,
yeah. And the green slime would just come down on top of guests.
I don't
like
want to know the recipe of the pea soup vomit though.
So I'm going to go over and inspect the pea soup vomit.
Stop.
Oh yes, test that presence. I want to see if you how well you do.
Nope, that's a 5.
Wow, everyone's rolling low today. Wonderful. Yeah, it looks like vomit It's disgusting. You do notice if maggots swirling around in here and wiggling. But other than that, nothing of real note.
Looks like someone had an upset tum-tum.
God, that's the most disturbing thing you've said in your entire life. Please never use the word tum-tum again. It disgusts me. I have an unusual proposition, Carver.
What's that?
What if we sat before the door, with our backs to each other, holding knives, and make sure that we just don't die? Would that be ridiculous?
That makes sense to me.
Ah, yes, but it probably wouldn't progress the story now, wouldn't it? Perhaps we should, in order to escape this place, we should investigate the rooms, find where the mysterious maid has gone.
I want to just go back to the fire.
Well, there's no more fire. Carver, I understand you now. I understand how to get you to do things. Perhaps there's fire in the other rooms.
Well, there was one in that fireplace over there.
Well, let's try a different room and see if there's better fire in that one.
Better fire. I like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, yes, because there is definite grades of fire, like leather.
But we didn't start the fire, though, did we?
I do believe you probably started the fire, Carver, but we are not going to quibble over this. Well, let's continue on to a door. Choose one. I don't care which.
Can I smell the doors?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Do any of them smell differently?
Left or right side?
Let's go with
left, Carver.
Let's go left.
So the first door, there's a acrid smell coming from the door. The second door, there's kind of like a salty, almost oceany scent.
Even worse. Gross.
The third door, there is... Oh, what was in the third door? Let's see. A howling noise of some sort. And the door kind of rattles just ever so slightly.
Perhaps she's in there.
And the final door
is where the one lady is, right? That's where she's resting.
She's in the first door where the acrid kind of smell is coming from. And the fourth door, the final door, there's absolutely nothing. No smell, no sound.
This one's boring.
I
want to go to the one that has howling.
Interesting choice.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
So let's go with Hostra and Margar as you guys are coming up the stairs. You notice Carva and Gavitan, kind of Carva's sniffing the doors and going to each one. Do you guys stop and see what they're doing, or do you continue to go to room one?
Hi, what are you doing?
Who? What?
Carva?
What?
Are you sniffing the door? Okay, you are.
This one
Astra,
smells of howling.
Astra, would you mind your own beeswax?
Okay.
You have a mission involving water.
You're not very helpful. I have it. She looks like on the verge of tears.
Keep the water in your eyes where they belong, Astra.
I am. She's gonna open the door that she's now standing next to.
Excellent. So you notice that Haraga has pulled the covers up over her head, and it seems like she's kind of thrashing underneath the covers. There's little wisps of smoke kind of that flail out from underneath of it.
Yeah, I just got gas.
Oh dear. Well, Harage, your water, and glass are here. She puts them on. I'm guessing there's like a dresser.
Yeah.
And
So you bring it over to the nightstand.
Yep, and steps back.
Okay. As you go to set it down, she flings up out of the bed, grabs a hold of your arm, and you notice that all of her little warts and stuff are now bubbling, and as if her skin is cooking, and they burst, and little plumes of smoke like rise up out of those burning bubbles, those blisters, and ooze just kind of runs down. Her whole body is covered in these boils, and they seem to just be forming, and it keeps going, and just she's got a hold of you, and she gets real close to your face, and you can see this look of horror on her face, and she's just spewing as she's trying to say something to you, but she can't. It's all gargled, and suddenly she just thrashes around, and she's yanking on you, and she flails back in the bed, lets go of you, and you just see her chest explode, and fire and pus erupt, and the bed catches flame, and she's just completely lapsed. The smell of human flesh begins to fill the air, and smoke quickly begins to flood into the room.
I will grab the pitcher of water and pour it over the torso. At the same time, Kvetin, bring the soup!
Fire!
Kvetin.
The soup is gone! I open the door and I say, Hostra, what have you done?
I didn't do anything.
Is there
Why
better?
are you telling me to get soup when you are holding water in your hands?
I'm not holding water.
Whoa! What? Why are we putting out the good fire? This is the better fire than that was downstairs.
Fire? This isn't a person.
He's just like, Kvetin is so upset that they put the idea of better fire in Carva's mind because this fire is going to burn endlessly now.
Grady regains his composure and begins, with all the commotion, begins to make his way over to the other side. Graft, are you following?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was lost in the idea that you know how, I don't know what you call them in the US, but you have like the paint swatches that tell you the different types of paint that you can take to a hardware store. I'm imagining that Carver has like one of these just for fire, and you can like, hold it up and braid the fire.
5 stars out of 5.
I
Would
can
definitely
see that.
burn again.
And some sort of, kind of poetic name for this particular kind of the hue of this fire. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still chuckling,
Okay.
but the giggling's kind of subsided. I'm not quite over the shock, and yeah, I'll see what's going on.
Okay. Margar, you put the water out on her chest.
No.
And Keftar comes in, and he's like batting out the little fires that are on the sheets. And as you look at the body, and just even if you just glance at it, you can see it's almost like it's just melting away. And there's this pool of mush of human flesh just laying in this bed, and the bones themselves seem a bit soft as well, and they just kind of sag down into this nasty ooze.
Pizza the Hut.
Kind of reminds me of the food area.
She was cooked alive. Yes. How? Anybody?
Well, who was here at the time?
Grady goes, well, you were in the room with her. What did you do?
I put down the pitcher of water, and she points at the pitcher that's in
You
Marga's
and
hand
Marga
now.
were in this room. I saw you go in here.
Because we were delivering.
You two set her on fire.
No, we did not.
Carver,
You
you're the nose.
absolutely did. What else would explain this?
not myself or Margaret setting her on fire.
I'm fairly certain there are other things that look like water that are quite incendiary. Maybe you poured something other than water on her and set her alight.
No.
Are you
No.
trying to improve the food as well?
Is she burning now?
She's,
She's smothered out now.
Do you see fire? We put
Bennett
her
said there was
out.
better fire in here.
We put her out.
which
Say
means
You
it's
put
not
her
us.
out after setting her on fire because you didn't want it to spread throughout the house.
Doesn't
It's
doesn't make
Kvetin here.
sense.
Is Kvetin in the room?
Yeah, Kvetin's in the room.
Cool. I turn to Kvetin and say, I'm not really one for all this alchemy, but does a fire not go out once its fuel has burned? So they could have poured a fuel on that dear lady, and
right.
maybe that's all gone now.
Graft, dearest, you shouldn't try and be smart. There is much to burn here. And Kvetin gestures to the bed, the floor, the ceiling, the other people in the room.
Yes,
There is obviously much fuel.
I start giggling
let's
and look
burn
at
it.
Carver.
Let's burn it.
Never know.
Better fire. That's what Kevin said.
We should tie them up. We should tie them up so that they can't do any more harm. Both of them.
I wouldn't recommend it. I haven't
I'll go
gone crazy
get the
yet,
rope.
and I can still do so. We are your best chance of survival, Grady, if you are not the one killing the people.
Best chances. I just saw a man rip off his own face.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
I just
what?
saw these two burn this woman alive.
You did not.
What? You
I
saw a man
think
rip
I
off his
did.
own face. Then
Yes,
have you
that
considered
happened.
Then have you considered that people are doing terrible things to themselves, and that perhaps this woman set herself on fire?
Yes.
Why would anyone set
Why
themselves
would
on
anyone tear off
fire?
their own face, you
Only
imbecile?
Carver would set himself on fire.
I can
Mama.
set myself on fire?
Why would you put this idea in his mind?
That's the best fire.
We have avoided telling him this for years, and you've ruined it in one go.
Irma throws up her hands. Oh, y'all are daft. And she storms off down the stairs.
She's going by herself.
You're not supposed to go alone.
That's how you die. Come
I
back.
can set myself on fire.
No, don't worry. If she's alone, she can't die, because apparently whatever's killing everyone wants us to witness the gruesomeness of the deaths. Probably to gross us out. That would be my biggest guess. Incite terror.
It's all.
Did we hear a creepy laugh echo through the halls? Did I say that?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I would like to leave now.
Are you going to take some water with you? You seem to be carrying water everywhere.
It has come in handy, hasn't it? Putting out this fire.
Yes,
Carver,
sure. That
do you feel
clearly helped a
uncomfortable
lot.
with this talk of water?
Because I want to know why we want to put it out and why we're not setting each other on fire, since that's the best fire.
We
Why
could try
are
the
we?
front door.
I'm so scared that they're gonna put me out with water if I light myself on fire.
Yes,
It will be a bathtub, and we will dunk you in it and hold you down.
No!
Children of your past.
I haven't had a bath in 30 years.
we know.
Well, I mean, we could always try and make some soup.
Soup.
Well, Carver is afraid of fire, of water, you see. So,
Right.
My next suggestion is that we all go to a door, throw open the doors all at the same time, and just see what terror happens then.
yes, avoid
That
that
or
room
we
back
could
there,
leave.
though. I mean, there's blood all over the place, and those mirrors need a good clean.
Mirrors, did you shut that door?
No.
You should probably go shut that door, Graft.
Hey, you'll be on your own.
I'm sorry, my dear. I do not shut doors. I have doors shut.
Then do that.
I would, but Hamfund has absconded.
Where did he go?
He's
Someplace
heaving
else.
guts.
He'll be back. He's not exactly a hardened warrior.
Should we try the front door?
Oh, we won't be out
Yes.
But to leave, I mean.
Oh, we
Unless
could
Grady's
go.
going to keep us here in this murder house. Grady.
Because it's probably Grady doing it.
there. Well, we here's a thought. Didn't they say they were going to show us some contraption at midnight or something?
Should we
Yes.
check the contraption?
And it's getting close. It's about 10 minutes till midnight.
Let us go inspect this thing, shall we?
Well, if we go before midnight, do you think that's bad?
Well, do you think it's worse than bursting into flames spontaneously or tearing your own throat
that's
out?
the best fire.
Carver, I do enjoy your single-tracked mind.
I guess this would be better. Leaving would be the best.
No, I do feel committed to this timeline.
Okay.
You kind of hear Irma down in the foyer pulling on the doors and trying to shake them open, kicking, screaming, and just like all around aggravation.
No, she seems to be in a bit of a tizzy, doesn't she?
Sounds like we're not going out that way. That's we could hide. We could
I
just
bet it's a-
hide until everyone's
Until
away.
daylight.
It doesn't seem that would work, as people are just murdering themselves if they're left to their own devices.
Well,
It's
shit,
a very
Irma's
efficient form
not.
of murder.
Oh.
Maybe it's a push door and she's trying to pull it.
Yeah, she did. Maybe her hands can't quite grasp doorknobs. She needs a Hammond of her own.
I empathize with
Maybe
that.
I should go down and help her then.
Carver, that's the kindest thing you've ever suggested in your entire life.
Just don't set her on fire.
Why did you put you put the thought in Carver's mind? Carver,
make a
you
very
set
good
people
fire.
on fire, we will be forced to bring water into it.
Or soup.
All right. So Carver, you're going down.
I'm going to go down and help Irma.
Can you look out for
Oh,
Hammy
that's
whilst you're down there, please?
Kind of follow behind Carva, just
Okay.
to not close, but just to keep an eye on him.
Just enough.
I'm going to keep looking back at Margar and wondering why they're following me.
I still have the pitcher with a little like drops of water in it. as
Yeah,
I'm-
no, don't get don't get near me.
You should take the tall glass with some water in it. If he steps out of line, just splash him in the face and he'll freak out. All right. So Carva, Margar, Irma, kind of down in the foyer area, and she's agitated. There's got to be a way out of here. We can't be trapped here. This is crazy. There's got to be another door somewhere. Look around. Don't just stand there.
Can I pick up a chair and throw it out the window? Is
Yes,
there
you
a
may.
window to do that?
There is. There are several windows. Which window would you like? One of the front door windows
Yes,
ish on
Yeah,
the side?
one facing the front would be grand because I know my way around the front yard.
Absolutely. You throw it at the door. You hear a shatter, but the chair bounces back.
I'm gonna go inspect the window.
Okay.
I toss this at.
Roll presence.
Oh dear, I'm gonna see a reflection in this window. Do. 17.
Wow, excellent. So the lights kind of go out, lightning flashes. The window in this flash, the window is broken. The whole room has changed. As a matter of fact, you notice that the wallpaper has peeled away from the walls. The paint is ruined and scratched and non-existent. But yeah, and as you look outside, you see the chair on the outside of that window.
Oh my goodness, I figured it out! I shout and whirl to the group. We are all under the effects of Esmiel's vapors! And I start digging through my bag. Esmiel's vapors. This has severe hallucinations. It can last anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. And I actually, this is one of my vials that I can have, that I know how to create. I don't know if I have it on me. I have to randomly roll for which ones I have. We are probably all under hallucination. All we need to do is wait for the hours to pass, and then the hallucinations will stop. Problem solved.
Oh.
But the question is, why did Grady poison us with these vapors?
I poisoned no one! How dare you accuse me again?
Again, he yells about
vile witch, you!
Wait, what hallucinations?
When the lightning just flashed, did you not all see this thing?
Oh, he's crazy as a bat.
I saw it was all torn up, the windows were broken, the wallpaper was coming off the wall.
Windows are clearly not broken.
This is what a hallucination is, you imbecile.
Or you who hallucinate.
Has anyone else seen this? Please.
Are you feeling quite alright, dear?
I thought I saw something at one point, but I wasn't quite sure.
Thank you, Carver. The hallucination probably had not taken effect on you fully then.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that the food improved. I mean, the food changed.
No, it didn't.
But other than that,
Yeah, the
everything's
food
been
was weird.
I mean, you know, that fellow that took his own face off, he clearly had something going on, but I presume that's just insanity.
Insanity indeed.
But I've seen nothing untoward other than the food improving.
Improving or deproving?
Well, it went from those sandwiches to the other thing.
I did not see this.
What if the other thing is the hallucination, and what we're seeing right now is reality?
What is real?
Marga, you have complicated everything, and now I must sit and think a moment.
Everyone test presence.
Woohoo! Ten.
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
No. You just barely made it.
11.
You did not make it. Graft.
10.
10. Okay, you did not make it. So the only one who sees this is Carva. All right. So Carva, you kind of hear this little footsteps behind you. You spin around and you see what you think might be the doll kind of run into this door that goes underneath the stairs.
A door that goes underneath the stairs.
And the door slams shut behind him. You all hear the door slam shut.
Oh, look at...
But only Carva is the one who saw what he thinks he saw.
I saw a little doll. It just went that away. Maybe it's going to better fire.
I'll actually pull out my little club and start creeping in the direction that Carver has indicated.
Okay. Excellent. So you get over to that door, and it's a very dark stairwell that leads down. No light whatsoever.
Look behind me at everyone else.
See? We should have fire.
Are you coming?
Yes, probably should. Who has fire? Or who has fire?
Carver could make fire.
We can have a Hamfun bring fire if we can find him.
Graf, that doesn't.
I'm just gonna go. I don't even
Okay.
care about fire. I'm gonna get fire down there.
This is not Carver.
You've been
is the
possessed.
hallucination.
All right, Carva's going to go down into the darkness, and you hear him, go down each step one at a time. And
If a little doll went down there, it can't be that bad.
this is true. Little dolls are scared of everything. You continue to go down. You can use the handrail so you don't fall. Or are you going down just haphazardly?
I can't see that well because I have cataract, so I'm going to say that I use the handrail.
Okay. You make your way, and it seems like it takes you forever, especially since it's dark and you can't see well anyway to begin with. Just seems to take you a long time to finally get down to a solid floor. Is anyone following?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Is there any light or anything once I get down there?
There is no light.
I think I'm going to start calling out, trying to find Hamfund.
Okay. Excellent. So you're still in the foyer, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You begin to call out, and one of the doors up on the right, the second door, opens, and you hear him call out to you. Come, I'm up here.
Jolly good. Here we go again. And I follow the voice.
Okay. You follow the voice, and we'll send Keftar with you. He'll go with you. Just to assist, because no one should go alone. You go up there, and there's this. As you go into the room, there's a royal court. You step out of the room, it looks like a bedroom. You go into the room, there's this weird royal court in here, and there is a long red carpet, and at the end of that carpet sits a throne. Upon that throne is it kind of looks like a king. His face is all sunken in and shriveled, very old, just sitting there.
Okay. Where is? Can I see Hamfund anyway?
Yes, he is standing next to the throne, kind of beckoning you to come.
Hamfund, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Come, the king would like to greet you.
King? I don't recognize any king. Okay, the gentleman in the chair. Okay, pretty sure he's not the king. Fine. And walk somewhat reluctantly. Whilst I'm doing that, though, I've got a small sandalwood box that's in my jacket, and I reach in there and I open it up and I start unwrapping something in there, which is a dagger. I'm trying to do it as nonchalantly as I possibly can, and then I try and sort of tuck that into my sleeve, and I walk up and Hamfund, explain yourself, please.
Well, I got lost in the house, and the king here, he helped me.
King, you say?
Yes. The king.
Well, sire, pleased to meet you. I'm Graf Adelsgold.
His head slowly turns in your direction. Very slow and steady movements. He stares you deep into your eyes and locks onto you. And at that moment, you begin to hear kind of a crowd gather in the throne room here, and you'll hear what's his name, Keftar. You'll hear him kind of panic a bit, and he's going to get really nervous and kind of get real close to you, and he's kind of watching your back-ish a little bit as you shoo him away. The king looks at you and says, "You are not worthy of having such things."
What do you mean, what do you mean, worthy? What do you mean?
I shall take them from you, one by one. You shall have nothing. You shall be nothing.
Hamfund, don't leave me.
The fleas won't even mourn you.
I'd like to make a move against the king with the dagger.
Yes, go ahead.
It's I'll just give some exposition. It's called the Snakeskin Gift, and it does D4 damage, but on a 1, the target dies immediately of deadly poison weeping from the blade.
Excellent. I like it.
I have not done any combat in Mörk Borg yet, so
all right.
I'm
so
assuming it's a D20
toughness. Yep.
I genuinely just got a natural 20.
Wow, incredible.
These dice are amazing. They did something similar when I was playing another game a couple of days ago, and then I got a bunch of 1s.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, excellent. Okay, you stab him. What did you roll for damage?
I shall do that now.
It's got to be good.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice. Excellent. The king kind of, he doesn't really scream, but yet gives this dry, kind of scratchy, throaty cry as he clutches where you stab him and collapses in the chair. The crown kind of slides off. And clinks to the floor, and your squire's like stands there going,
I think this is mine now. Immediately, I want to grab at that crown.
Graft, how do we get out of here? And when you turn around, you'll see that it's kind of hard to separate Keftar from you, because the whole room is full of people, and he's gone into pure panic mode, and they are arms kind of stretched out, and they are getting close enough to begin to kind of touch him.
Mm-hmm. The room we're in, has that changed? Is that the same?
It's still the same. It's a throne room. The door is beyond the crowd.
I'm going to say that Graft, at this point in time, well, I can be king.
Excellent.
And I'm going to sit in the throne, pushing.
Excellent. Take the body off, or do you sit on the body?
No, that would be uncomfortable, and I'm dignified.
Okay. You sit on the throne, and as you do, the crowd swarms in on Keftar, and
take him away.
They begin to just pull and rip him apart, limb from limb. And as they do, blood is squirting and flying everywhere. It's painful. You can see the skin kind of stretch and tear. and split bones. You hear them cracking and snapping. And then you are now king of this kingdom. They after the body parts are carried away and there's just blood on the ground, they kneel down to you and begin to worship you.
I can imagine that Graft won't ever want to leave. If I'm honest.
Okay. Excellent. So Graf does never return to the group. Carva's downstairs. Hostra and Marga, are you still at the top of the stairs? Or are you heading down?
I head down.
Okay.
Yeah, as Hostra goes down, I will follow behind.
You probably hear this insane giggling from upstairs.
Oh, Kvetin was right behind Carva the whole time.
Okay, excellent. You guys get down the stairs. It's extremely dark in here. You can hear giggling and laughing. It's very small and petite giggles.
Kvetin, maybe you go first.
Do I look like I am able to see?
Can I see down here, or is it just so dark?
It's wicked dark.
Wicked
You can
dark.
you can feel around the room. You can crawl on the floor.
I'm looking at my items.
Try to follow the walls.
I am going to try to follow the walls.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin to kind of make your way, and as you do, your feet kind of hit a few what you think might be crates or boxes, and you kind of stumble around them.
My shin found something.
That's something.
You end up placing your hand on something, and it quickly moves away from you.
Oh, rats!
And you hear this little scampering, pitter-pat, 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 as it scampers off. You make your way along the wall, and you find what you think might be a door.
I found a thing, and I'm going to twist the doorknob, if there is such a thing.
Mm-hmm. The door appears to be locked.
Am I strong? I'm stronger than I thought. I try and shoulder the door open.
Okay.
I'm not Hammond, so I'm not going to knock.
Mm-hmm. Make a toughness.
I got a toughness. Okay, that's the same bonus. I have a 17.
Excellent. Yeah, you can successfully, break that door in. You give it a good shove, and this strange kind of weird light comes into the room, and there's this humming, buzzing noise in the next room. So you guys can kind of see the doorway where she kind of busted through. So you can safely get across. You see that this small room, it's just storage and crates and barrels full of gosh knows what. Probably cooking supplies and more of that cooking wine that Kvetin loves so much.
Oh.
In the next room, you will find a cage with, let's see, some sort of priest or shepherd or something or other locked inside of it. When he hears the door break down, he kind of wakes up. Go ahead, What do you say to these folks?
Who's there? There's light.
I found a useless person, and I'm going to pull the door shut.
My work is done.
I can't see, but I'll open the door again. Are you a murderer?
Murder? Yeah. No.
That is taking you far too long to answer. I prefer not to see than be stuck in a room, but I can see with a murderer.
Look, I've not murdered anyone on this day.
Ugh. That is the worst answer you could have done, except for, yes, I am the murderer, and I'm going to murder you now. Like, if I tried to choose between that answer that I just stated and your answer of, well, not today, those are almost comparable.
Look,
And
you're
those
not terribly
are two
astute.
worst
I'm locked in a cage, for goodness sake.
Right.
Chapter.
Carver, I found someone for you to light upon fire.
No, I can. But that's the best fire.
Yes, I found the
He's
best
found
fire
a
for
priest. May we burn him?
Not may we, just you can.
Who brought the fire to start it?
We have no fire. We cannot see. What's in this room besides a priest?
All right, I'm glad you asked. So in the center of the room, there's something massive that's covered with tarps.
It's not me.
It's really huge. It takes up almost all the room. But lined along the walls are all these kind of instrumental panels. And some of them have little blinking lights and flashing screens and different kind of dials and knobs and all kinds of fun stuff. The old timey kind of tape reels that record everything. And everything's kind of, there's this low hum about the room. There's this electrical charge that kind of creates this, you guys know what a Faraday cage is? Or fear cage, where you're kind of surrounded by this electrical energy, and it causes you all to kind of get the unsettling feeling. Can you all do a fear check, please?
That means I'm going to have to put my glasses back on. I can't see a thing.
And that's just a flat D20 roll, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, 13.
Oh, okay, you make it.
So many people are dying right now.
12 is okay. I see a 2 from Carva and a 2 from Margar.
17.
17.
Oh,
Oh, Erm's fine. He's used to this crap. So Carva and Margar, you begin to panic. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, as it actually would if you were frightened or in this actual situation. Your flesh gets that goose pimples, and you suddenly feel cold. All of your stats will drop by 1. Because I'm a nice guy like that. All right. So they're kind of terrified. What is everybody doing? Are we letting out, or are we leaving him locked in for now?
Hostra will go.
No, he's a murderer. He admitted to it.
He said not today.
No, it doesn't matter. It means he did it before. Hostra, context. You must understand. The operative words of not today means it was before.
But
murderers stay in cages, Hostra. I will shave your head and feed you your own hair if you open that cage.
Oh. She stops and folds her arms.
Ooh. All right. Carva, Margar, what are you two doing?
We should get a fire because I'm cold.
Yes, I agree with Margar.
Code. What? Let us first inspect this gadget. What does this do?
Let's take a look. I'm gonna take the tarp off of it.
Okay. Would you show the picture of the device, Doug?
The device. Oh yes, I found the device.
Oh.
You uncover this massive portal. And it's got wires and hoses coming out of it into these tall kind of pipe stacks with various different antennas, and there looks to be like a control switch of sorts. And when you uncover it, it begins to kind of glow and pulsate.
Does this make fire?
While it is doubtful, it is not impossible. Perhaps you should put your head through and see if there's fire on the other side.
The other side of the machine?
Yes. It looks as if one could walk through it, does it not?
Probably. So you think there's fire on the other side?
Why would there not be fire on the other side, Carver? Think about it.
Is the portal or whatever, is that like
You can see clear through it. There's nothing, no particle effects or anything happening right now.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
so it just looks like there's like I can just see the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. I probably wouldn't have said that then.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Do we want to... Let's go look at the switches. Everyone likes a good switch, don't they?
Maybe it starts fire.
You gonna push buttons?
Carver's pushing switches.
Turn the fire on. Fire. See, look, it says on.
All right. You begin to flip switches. Roll a d20 and tell me what you get there, Carva.
So afraid.
I got a 3 again.
Wonderful. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are rolling low. This is great because the portal starts up in the bad way. It begins swirling in a counterclockwise as these particles begin to kind of draw into the center. And these black wispy tentacles begin to emerge from it. And this mass begins to move into the room with you.
That's not fire. Turn it off. Turn it off. It's not fire.
You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it.
As you keep continuously pushing the button, sparks begin to fly off the control panel. The whole room is even more electrically charged now with this thing entering. And there's pop and burning, and the instruments begin to catch on fire. And Carva's going, "Yay, I did it!
I started fire!"
It was always burning.
Oh, no.
So excellent. This thing is entering the room. It's just a large black mass that's coming through, and it begins to kind of almost engulf the entire portal itself.
I start chanting at this point.
Okay.
Yes, take the murderer! Take the murderer! And I turn and try and scramble from the room. It's time to leave.
Can I take off my cloak and set it on fire?
Yes.
But why would you take it off? If you leave it on, it'll be an even better fire.
No, because wait. I'm gonna throw it in the cage at Erm.
Oh.
Fire!
Oh no.
Because that's the best fire.
Hot's just gonna try to stop it.
Do it.
After your cloak's on fire, though.
Yeah, my cloak is on fire, and then I'm gonna like throw it into the cage with Erm in it, and then try to sneak out the door.
Carva!
Okay.
Hot's just gonna try to pull the flaming cloak out.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can absolutely reach for it.
This is how you turn into the next lobster hand lady.
Oh no, I don't like it.
Let's see here. That's a natural 20. You feel a lot of pain as you're struggling with this thing, and you catch yourself on fire.
Okay.
It's the best fire.
No.
I'm gonna.
You take 1 hit point of damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to shake what little drops of water are still in the kitchen.
Put it out.
GM, can I do some kind of test to see whether or not I picked up on his intentions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would that be a presence?
Yeah, presence.
19.
19. All right, yeah. You definitely catch his intentions. He was trying to light you on fire.
I would like to and it's up to you whether or not I was locked in this cage or whether or not I actually placed myself in the cage for safety. But I would like to either break through the cage using my shepherd's crook or open the cage and defend myself.
Okay. You may certainly open the cage. You have the key the whole time.
This is a sacred place. You shouldn't have done that. Bad things can happen. And I'm going to swipe at Carver with my shepherd's crook.
You were chanting for the black thing that was coming through the portal. I had to put you on fire.
No, I was chanting after the black
No. You were cheering it on. That's what I heard.
So I'd like to. I don't know. Is it PvP in Mörk Borg or?
Yep. So if you're going to swing at him, you'll roll to hit.
Okay. And is that strength or toughness?
That is going to be you're swinging, so that's toughness.
Okay. 12, 13 to hit. Is that your defense roll?
And let's see. So that will hit.
Okay. Doug, is your character classing himself as a faithless human or not? Or do you have some kind of faith?
A faith? Yeah, I don't have any kind of faith. From what I can tell.
I would... Okay. So in that case, I would guess it's probably just a standard D4's worth of damage then.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
4 points of damage.
May I join the initiative when it
You
comes
sure
to my turn?
you can jump right in if you want to.
I would love to. Ah! Not Carver! I'm gonna jerk. I just rolled for my random list of how much I have, or what I have made. I'm gonna pull a red poison out of my bag and chuck it at you.
See, I told you he was evil. He was cheering that black thing on.
I said he was evil. I was the one who said that we shouldn't let him out.
He's lighting on
He's a
fire.
murderer. Ugh.
Murder this.
Okay, you have to make a toughness check of DR 12.
15.
Okay, you're good. That's really good because this poison does a lot of damage.
Well, it depends on your perspective then. If you want to kill me off.
Okay, that's true. So red poison explodes all over you, but you're able to resist it, I guess.
You idiots. Can't you see that this shouldn't be here?
We look over to the black mass.
Mm-hmm. And Doug, would you show the black mass and what they see?
It's a huge D20.
There you go.
Nice.
Lovely. A nice, big, gruesome-looking face is floating and howling out, wispy tentacles reaching out towards all of you.
This is what we should do. Listen quickly. We must throw the murderer into its maw.
Yes.
He was in a cage for a reason.
Throw this fiery person into its mouth. That's the best thing.
Carva tried to kill him.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying we should throw this man who was on fire due to Carver into its mouth because he was in a cage here. He was obviously meant to
I'm
be
not on
eaten.
fire.
And he was chanting for this face thing.
He
I'm
should
not on
die.
fire. The only one. Look. The only person who's tried to kill someone is your flaming friend.
Well, I tried to kill you too, but that's because you're a murderer
Well, then
and
you
trying to
should
kill my friend.
defenestrate yourself.
No.
No.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But Carva was upstairs, and people died upstairs. And this cage guy was down here, and no one's died down here yet.
I
Right.
need one more D20.
I don't like all these rolls by Josh.
You guys are doing great. Just
Uh-huh.
don't mind me.
Yeah, we're doing
don't
great
mind.
standing here in front of this monstrosity, chatting about who we should or should not toss into its mouth as it crawls towards us.
The people who have attempted murder are saying, we should throw the murderer into the maw of this.
Hostra's like, any one of you three could go.
Margaret, I think I cut you off. Would you? I'm so sorry.
I'm just trying to reason the fact that people died upstairs, but Carva was upstairs, and this new guy was down here, and people have only died upstairs. So
I was with Carver every time someone died, and he was not responsible for the deaths.
So you were?
But no, I was with everyone when some of the other deaths happened, such as the cook. Remember the cook who died? And
Yes,
I was not at present when the person died from the explosion, and I was not present when the one with Gar got... Oh, I already forgot his name. It was so long ago that... Graft! When Graft died!
Carva, Hostra, and Margar, you all feel one of these tentacles kind of go into your body, and it kind of pulls something out of you, and you all lose 1 point on every stat.
Oh,
It is time to leave. Good day, sirs.
Tip.
Yeah, and Kvetin, you guys are okay as the tentacles don't quite reach you for the moment.
Wait, you say that the cook is dead?
Quite frozen.
Oh, thank goodness.
it
was terrible.
The cook is missing now.
What? I'm just gonna step out of the room and slowly pull the door shut behind me.
Yeah, I'm going to follow that lead.
Yes, I'll let Carva through first before we shut the door. Should we hold the door shut, or should we just run?
Just gonna pound on the door.
Okay.
Maybe if
Excellent.
it takes them, it would be sated.
So, Carva and Kvetin are on one side of the door holding it shut?
Yes.
Is that what's going on?
Hostra's gonna try to open.
Margar, and Hostra are all on the other side. Hostra is going to try to... Okay. This is going to be difficult. Go ahead and make a toughness check. It's going to be really high because you got two people on the other side holding it shut.
They're all drained, and I've never been drained.
I have a negative on this.
Oh! I rolled a nat 1. Carva, I hope you did better than I.
Oof.
I also rolled a net 1.
Oh, man.
I only got a 9.
The door is opening.
I'm assuming the door opens.
Yes.
So just digs her heels in and let us out too.
And Kvetin looks at you all alarmed. Well, now this is quite awkward.
Yes. You're a murderer now, trying to leave us in here, and that's not okay.
Hostra, your voice is so very shrill. I'm going to turn and hobble for the stairs.
Okay.
Can I try to catch Kvetin?
Yes, you may. And as you do so, you will hear this thing moving closer behind you guys. So it's definitely following you. But go ahead. Probably agility to catch.
Is still on fire?
Was never on fire.
Was never on fire.
Good.
It was Hostra was.
Oh, right, Hostra.
I thought Carver was on fire.
That's the best fire.
He wants to be on fire.
16, even with a minus on agility.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, you catch her. No problem. How are you catching her? By the ankle? Are you trying to drag her down the stairs?
Yes. So she's like scrambling after Kvetin and like yanking on her. You can stay behind and deal with this.
Oh, I just picture like Kvetin's chin, bump, bump, bump
Yep.
down the stairs. Oh.
As the black mass begins to move into this tiny storage room and begin to fill it up as you guys squabble at the base of the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
What are you guys doing?
This is why in fire drills they have you walk in an orderly fashion.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try
to get Kvetin between.
Also note, Grady is nowhere to be seen, nor have you seen the maid.
I'm going to try to jump over Kvetin because I don't really care. I just want to get out of here.
That's fair.
Okay. You can certainly do that. No problem. You get to the top of the stairs, and there's that saucy maid.
Oh.
And she, does one of these numbers and slams the door in your face.
She shimmies at him
nice.
and then shuts the door.
How rude.
Wow. That is a power move if I've ever heard one.
Who are the two people in the back of the group? And I believe Margar.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No. I'll put the goblet back, I promise.
So Margar, you will take 4 points of damage. You will take 3 points of damage.
I kind of collapse in a heap on the floor, and
Okay. As you collapse, the enormous black mass kind of consumes your body and is no more.
as I'm like being dragged in, I'm like pushing the pitcher of water away from me. Take it; it won't help.
Marker's last stand.
Is it light in here, or has it become dark now because the door was shut?
It's
Or is there still some
become
light
dark
from the
because the
portal?
door is now shut.
Ostra, why can't you still be on fire? Gosh.
I'm
Think
really
of the group.
sorry.
I can't see.
So, can I describe the room just to make sure I have a good understanding of it?
Sure.
Okay, so basically, we're kind of clustered at the bottom of the stairs. Carva standing at the top. The door, the light pouring down the stairs was just slammed shut.
Yeah.
And now the only shadows that we can see are like from the room we left behind. That door's open, and it's sort of halfway spilling into this room. We can see boxes along the walls.
I think that room is dark as well.
That door
right?
is consumed by the darkness.
It's consumed by the darkness. There's just no light, and
Nope.
we can hear tentacle slaps. And
They're kind of like swooshing. They're
swooshes.
more,
Okay.
they're more ethereal tentacles than actual tentacles.
Properly gauging how terrified Kvetin is right now.
Yeah, I'm is completely terrified and is going to be freaking out and irrationally just swinging his crook around.
Okay, that is fair. Roll the hit.
Okay. That is a 16.
A 16. Excellent. So you're going to hit someone. And Carva's at the top of the stairs. Everyone else is down at the bottom. So that leaves 1, 2, 3. So that would be Kvetin. You can roll damage.
I'm presuming that Kvetin also... I mean, because I haven't read the book for ages. When this says staff does X amount of damage except to faithless humans, I'm wondering if that just means except to all humans. Or if there are certain humans that are more faithless than others.
I think, I'm not 100% positive, but it'll hurt.
Yep. So if we're going to presume that Kvetin is not faithless, so that'll
No,
be 2 points of damage.
she's definitely got a face for now.
Faith.
5?
No, faithless, as in.
Oh,
Oh,
Faith-
faithless.
Oh,
I thought you said
I am
faithless.
faithless.
Yeah.
I am faithless.
Okay.
I have no faith.
Cool. That's 2 points of damage then.
All right.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Take that,
are
you
you?
fiend.
I'm sorry.
A large echoey growl and kind of this burst of foul wind kind of blows through this small area and up the stairs. Carva, you hear the door kind of slam as something hits it from the inside. You kind of feel this whoosh go through you.
Okay. Can I try to Can I try to force the door open again?
You certainly may. Give me a toughness.
That is an 11.
Okay, that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Hostra, what are you doing in the dark?
Still trying to push Vetten toward the danger. Even if he's saying, I'm sorry.
Let's do opposing strength check. So roll and see what we get.
Oh boy, this is...
Incredible.
Well, I have a -3, so it's an 8.
I rolled. I also got an 8 because I have a +1 and I have rolled a 7.
Okay. So you guys are just kind of locked in this shoving match, and no one's going anywhere.
May I actually let her win so that I can pull something out of my bag?
If you wish, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my other thing that I have crafted today, which is Hyphos Enerving Snuff.
Ah, yes. You'll take 4 points of damage as you.
I
as a
die.
Couple tentacles come out and slap you as you get pushed back.
So as I'm like, aha! I get smashed.
Yeah,
Whoopsie.
that's a bad habit.
Bad habit. Hey,
Immediate consequences.
Your body is consumed by the darkness, and there's just nothing left of you, not even essence. And it begins the thing begins to just start going up the stairs and start whoever's at the bottom. I think is still left. Hostra, you kind of feel this presence encroaching on you.
Yeah, running now to join Carva.
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
You
not a
guys
bad
can make
shout.
it at the top of the stairs, and you hear this gargling and wailing sound, and there's this burst of wind or something that goes right through all of you, and the door, you can actually see, Carva, the door kind of pulses, and you see the light from the outside kind of come in for a moment, and you hear the door kind of splinter a bit, and you hear this thing behind you.
It's drinking a Slurpee.
It is. It's got to the bottom of the Slurpee.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You all three can work together to try to open the door if you like.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So whoever
Yeah.
wants to roll can roll at advantage.
Well, that door is definitely not a faithless human.
No.
So I can do 2d4 damage with the crook, but I don't know if anyone's got anything better than that.
Yeah, I've got a crossbow, but it only has D8 damage.
Yeah, so the lowest value you'll get is lower than that. I mean, we're presuming I'd even succeed to hit.
Right.
Why?
Who wants to
Hostage's
roll?
useless.
Yeah.
So either one of you.
Okay. Should I roll?
I know
Yeah.
Go for
Carver's got some negatives too, so
Okay.
Erm's
So
the only one that doesn't.
the roll I've got.
Uh-oh.
I've got a 10 to hit.
Ooh.
A 10 to hit a door, I'll allow it.
Hang on.
It's a door.
Hang on. This is a travesty. So here I am with only 1d6 available when mostly I play 3D games. I've just found another one. That's 7.
Excellent. Yeah, you smash right through that
shit.
door.
No, wrong dice. D4s, not
Oh.
D6s. So 4 and 3. That's a 7.
All right, even better. Yeah, you smash through that door, no problems. It just blows open, and there's the maid, kind of standing by the front door, and all of a sudden, this black mass just blows right by all of you, and you see it go straight for the maid and consume her whole, and you hear her scream out loud and just in agony, and the whole front door just blows up in splinters and pieces. The illusion fades, and as you guys look around, stand at the top of the stairs and look around, the whole manor is in disarray. The floorboards are torn up, half missing. The stairs are... There's no way you would get up the stairs. It's in such decay. The doors to the dining room have fallen off the hinges. There's mold in the air. You can smell that musty smell that old houses sometimes have. And yeah, you guys are just standing there, and the black mass goes out the door. Do you guys want to stay and hang out, or?
Nope. I'm going right out the door right after it.
Okay. Oh, you're going after it.
No, I'm not going after it. Right after it leaves, I am going to go out of this building.
Wait!
You drop something.
Going, I want to light you on fire.
Best fire.
So as you guys go outside, even the gargoyles that were crawling around on the roof are gone. The house, you can hear it begin to fall in on itself. And when it does, there's this big poof of dust and smoke. And as you look up into the night sky, you see that dark face, that screaming entity within the clouds. The end.
Nice. Screaming entity season's next.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Bring your umbrellas, folks.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say, I had no idea that Phil was going to be correct with his comment. Excuse me, my good fellow, if you wouldn't mind sparing us, there is a lovely wedge toddy upstairs. I'm not exactly what happened.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was now. Yeah, Thane said we should try negotiating.
And that inadvertently just absolutely worked. We're like, oh,
Hey, this.
Yes, but you're never going to trust the heretical priest, are you?
No.
No.
that was super great. Josh, thank you so much.
That was
Yes,
Oh,
great.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad everyone had a good time. I
Absolutely.
look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. I'm going to remind folks that if you would like a copy of Mörk Borg,
One day, Doug.
I'll pronounce it right at some point. Make sure to pick it up in the Free League web store or your friendly local game store.
There's a sale on right now, isn't there? Halloween sale on.
Right now, it is 20% off, and then you can also pick up the Ferratory, which is the online or the zine that they kickstarted. And man, this has a ton of content in it. If you would like more content, so pick up both together. If you'd like, you can pick up the Wicked Secret as well as Ferratory. If you've already got Basin and Mörk Borg, the core books, you can pick up both of those at a discounted price as well.
Do you have a link
Doug.
for that to drop in
Yes.
chat?
They are it is in the description of the
Oh,
video.
perfect.
Yes.
There's also the Mörk Borg LP Kickstarter going on right now.
There is. It's going on right now. It's what's Putrescence or something like that?
Putrescence Regnant.
Yes. So that
It's not got long left on it, like 5 days or something.
and it's going very, very. It's going very well on there. And if folks are fans of vinyl, you can definitely pick that up. And it's also I can't. it's also an adventure, right?
Yeah.
It's a module for Mörk Borg.
Yeah, some kind of scenario setting. You can use it as a GM screen, and it comes with a digital version of the soundtrack as well. So even if you don't have a vinyl player, you can still listen to it.
Thane says, "I'd like a copy of the adventure."
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm working on the last one, trying to finish putting it together. So that one should be out soon, and I'll post that on the public creator content on Mörk Borg website. And this one, I have a lot of work to do, but I promise I will get this out there.
Sure.
As
Excellent.
well. I've already got a head start with the art, so.
Yeah.
Well, I greatly appreciate everyone that gave their time today. Thank you all to the cast and to Josh. Thank you so much for running this. It's a great way to close out our Spiel Digital weekend and event. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you tuned in after the fact, thank you so much. Please hit that like button down below. Actually, I'm just going to plug it one more time. If you're watching this on Free League's YouTube channel or on Victory Condition Gaming, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and hit that little bell notification that lets you know every single time we go live or upload new content. And I'm excited to say that we crossed 3,000 subscribers on the Free League YouTube channel over this event. So thank you. We're excited. We've got more events planned, more content on the way. So don't hesitate, because we've got lots of stuff headed everybody's way. And if you're watching this on Victory Condition Gaming, thank you so much. We also have multiple events headed your way on that show as well. So thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Yes. So many folks are watching live, and we really greatly appreciate that. So everyone, I hope you had a great Spiel Digital. I hope you're all having great time, great gaming with your friends and families, even though we're not able to get together physically. Hopefully we're able to get together like this digitally, and we're still keeping our gaming lives active. So, all right. Thank you so much to everyone. Well, let's go around and does anybody want to say where we can follow, or if they want more? Let's go to Josh first. Josh, since you GM'd, where should folks go if they want more Josh in their lives?
I have my own YouTube channel here, Halloweenville, and you can find me on Facebook, and always on here on VCG.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Phil, how about you?
You can find me as @GuruPhil on most of the social media stuff. Also, we've just started, had our first stream yesterday, The Dark Orb, which is on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And yeah, we're going to do magazine stuff and probably Smashable Plays as well.
Nice. Emily?
You can find me at Anthroma Streams on Twitter. I also go under Level 1 Geek, which is a recent content creator group that I have joined. We just did affiliate on Twitch, so if you like to watch actual plays and indie games, we stream under LVL1 Geek. And we also have a website, www.level1geek.com, where we will give you tips and tricks on how to convince your non-geek friends to join the tabletop scene.
Excellent.
Yeah. Convert everyone.
All right, Ben, where should folks go if they want more Ben in their lives?
If they want more Ben in their lives, they can hang out on the Victory Condition Gaming YouTube channel. I'm part of the Chaotic Goodcast. We record live here every Monday night. Also, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Higgins802.
Excellent. Katie, last but not least, thank you again. Where should folks go?
I'll claim association with M on the Level 1 Geek stuff, because I'm part of that as well. Also on Twitter at Winchester Deva, and basically copy paste what M said about Level 1 Geek. Go follow us, go watch.
Excellent. And I'll tell folks that if anybody would like to follow me on Twitter, you can check me out at DougVC Gaming. I'll put it right there. But yeah, that's and then you can also check us out Victory Condition Gaming on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. We really appreciate all the communities that all of the social media that we've had, and I really appreciate everyone that does everything that supports all the content that we create. So that's going to do it for this session and for this Spiel Digital. Thank you so much to everyone. We will see you next time. Make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification, and we'll see you next time. Be safe and be well.